All right. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
buddy. How's it going?
Good. I think we're live. I think I just went live. I think I did. Let me
You
see.
did. You did. We are live.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me turn this down. Hi, everyone. Hello. 65 people watching right now. Code Guy says EVS doesn't know how to use YouTube chat. No, I do. I do know how to use YouTube chat. What is all this? Oh, wow. Wow. How long was I like? I guess you guys got an alert? Late. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You are watching Ethan Van Sciver. I am a comic book artist for 25 years. I am, what else? A great big Star Wars fan. I'm the artist of Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I want to show you guys this, talk a little bit about Cyberfrog and the progress thereof. Hi. Oh, this whole pie thing. It's absolutely crazy. Ben, I swear to God, my stepdaughter comes home from school and she's just like, I want pie. I want pie.
Sensible request.
Yeah. Of course. Well, you would think so. And she wanted apple pie. And I had to say, I can't. Honey, I can't go get pie. Now, she doesn't always ask for pie, but for some reason lately, she's been into pie. She's just like, I want some pie. I'm like, do you understand that these people, all they do is make fun of me about pie? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I go, boom, let's go to my Twitter. Let's go to my Twitter feed for the playback. All it is, hey, Mike, how you doing?
What's up, brother?
Good to see you.
Go on.
Yeah, hold on. So let me introduce everybody to the chat. We've got 296 people watching. I'm still getting used to screen share. I kind of like it. You can plan a show this way. It's kind of nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Comicsgate tonight. I scattershot the link out there. So who knows who will pop in? I hope some cool people will come in. We got Ben Hennessy from Cautionary Comics, and we've got Mike S. Miller from Blacklist Universe.
Hello.
It's good to have you guys here. Code Guy, thanks for $10. Here's for your family's pie fund. You must be eating them at a house and home. Hopefully this can offset your gluttonous ways. Now listen to me. There is no pie. So I showed Kaylee something. Somebody made a meme of me, and it said pie hard, yippee pie yay. And it had me looking like Bruce Willis shoving pie into my face. And it was like one Comic Artist Pro versus 1,000 SJWs who can win. And I said, yippee pie yay, motherfucker. And there was like Big Red, I think. The SJW Big Red was there. Not nice at all.
I think that sounds amazing.
Well, I said, look, all these people do is make memes of me eating pie. So I can't eat pie and I've got to lose this weight. And she's like, you're not fat. You're not fat, Ethy. She calls me Ethy. I said, oh, thank you. And she said, just kidding. You are fat. Maybe we shouldn't get some pie. And I said, okay. So we didn't get any pie, and that is fine. But pie hard with a vengeance. Ethan, were you mentored by anyone at DC or anyone famous? Yeah, Mike S. Miller. A little bit.
I heard that guy was a pretty good. Now, he's not the same Mike S. Miller, though, right?
That is the same Mike S. Miller.
What?
That is, yeah, the very same. America 76 says you denied that child pie. As I've said over and over again, I've said, look, I exercise restraint at the supermarket. If you bring a pie into this house, and Andrea agreed. If you bring a pie into this house, picture like 1/8 of the pie. Kaylee taking that 1/8 of the pie. Hey, Cecil, how you doing?
Hello.
Don't you have Cancer Casters? Oh, that's not until 10.
It's not until 10. I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Comics Rebirth, thanks for $1. So, and hey, how you doing, Edwin? Great to have you.
Well, he's gone now.
No, he's there, isn't he? Did he just disappear?
No.
He'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, there he went. Boom. I'm seeing a delay. So anyway, I said Kaylee's going to get 1/8 of that pie, and then basically what's going to happen is I'm going to take about 1/4 of the pie, and I'm going to pick it up like a calzone and eat it with my hands. And Andrea was like, yeah, that's what he does. And then what's going to happen is, since I'm up all night tonight working on the Salamandroid double page spread, I am going to get up at some point, and I'm going to cut what's left of the pie in half, and I'm going to gobble that down on my way to getting a drink or a beer or something like that. And then just before I go to bed, I will get the rest of the pie. And then you will wake up to an empty pie tin, and you'll say, "How did that happen?" And I'll say, "I just did. It's a pie. It's gone." Rabbit T Cat, thanks for $2. Is that a Tool shirt or a Me Too shirt? It's a Tool shirt. It's 1998. Hell, thanks for $5. If I open a pie shop next to your house, how many days would it take for me to retire? It'd be pretty quick. So this is a page from Cyberfrog 1998. It's the wow. What is that?
That's not me.
That's not you? Okay, I'm glad it's not you this time,
What?
Cecil. Are you all right? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's good. Yeah, Chris Collins says, so EVS has no self-restraint. No, not at all. Not at all. I'll eat a pie without even thinking about it.
In a heartbeat. What kind of pie do you go for? Do you do the fruit pie, or do you like chocolate pudding pie with whipped cream and stuff like that?
That all of it's good. There are very few pies that I don't like. I will eat like something like a sweet potato pie if I have to, but really my biggest downfalls are you get a nice apple pie with a sugared crust. You get a lemon meringue pie, and we're in trouble.
Oh, that's my best. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, all of that is just going down. What about you, Edwin? What kind of pie do you like?
You said it, brother. A lemon meringue is probably my favorite pie of all time. Maybe right behind it is a pecan pie.
That's me. Pecan pie.
Pecan's not bad. It's not bad. It's not my go-to pie, though. I would get a cherry or a blueberry, a fruit pie like Cecil's talking about. But more likely a custard, some kind of custard pie would be my thing. GRP poll $2. Hail Caesar, the Centurions will rise. Yeah, I appreciate my Centurion army. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to show you this page. Banana cream is good too.
Yeah.
Everyone's mad at me for not making this bucket of chicken Red Rooster chicken. Maybe I should have done that. We've got Elvis right here, an Elvis poster. This is from it's the front cover to Elvis's GI Blues, so that's gonna have to be yellow. I'm gonna have to let dear Kyle know that. This right here, by the way, guys, this is how Cyberfrog has power. He lives in a slum, but his mom gave him this thing here. This is eternal power. So I mean, in 2018, this is like a power battery. That thing will still work in 2018. So that's a good thing to know. That's why Heather can sit there in this burned out shack and watch Bill Clinton confess that he got blowjobs and used cigars on interns, and there's no power. There's no electricity in the house otherwise. But this is Heather Swain at age 18. You're going to see her. This is the only time you'll see her young. And next time you see her in Blood Honey, she's going to be 38 years old and hardened from having survived for 20 years under Hornet Rain. What do you think, Edwin? Is it okay?
Yeah, it looks sharp. Can you zoom in on the top part? Is that possible?
Cyberfrog coming out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyberfrog's coming out of the ceiling. Look at this. See this white out here? This is what white out looks like when you scan it. But fortunately, and you paint over it with black. Fortunately, Kyle will make that all kind of an even black.
Does Heather Swain have blue hair in the future?
Does she have blue hair in the future? No. It's a better future. It's a better world in which that kind of thing doesn't exist.
She didn't put on like a shit ton of weight? Because women usually between 18 and 38, that's their wheelhouse to really pack it on.
Yeah, you would think so. But Cecil, this is the future where people are running to survive. So Heather is fit. Heather looks kind of drawn, I would think, in the cheekbones. She's tight muscles and everything, and she is probably a lot more fit. I think had the Hornets not come, she would have gotten fat.
So she's like Terminator 2 Linda Hamilton, like that.
Well, but hot, not like butch, But I mean, this is look at her lifestyle. People are like, look at them eating. Yeah, this is the 90s. See, this is the whole thing. Like in the 90s, we were consuming things and we didn't care. I mean, that was what the 90s were all about. It was just like, hey, yeah, we can have a super big gulp. That was before liberals made a big deal about drinking super big gulps and soda. Everybody drank big gulps, and you would have, fried chicken. Why not? Sure. That's just this kind of like careless attitude, about
You should have a bunch
consumption.
of plastic straws strewn on the ground.
Oh yeah. So that's I wanted to do this to just contrast between now, like Cyberfrog's gluttony, and his kind of like, hey, what the hell? Heather's like, where have you been? And he's just fucking with Bumblebee, that kind of thing. And then eventually you just realize that things are really, really bad out there when they come back. So wait a second, let me see if I can.
I think I need about 20 years of Hornet Rule to get my fat ass in shape.
It couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt.
Are there any fat people in the world of Cyberfrog now?
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think there are too many. I wouldn't think that there would be too many of those, honestly.
But the bright side is that there's the Hornet infestation, not AW infestation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Right. I mean, no SJWs, but yeah, there are.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah.
Are there any humans that want to make peace with them and serve the Hornets?
Other than Cecil.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, listen, give me some of the fucking honey and I'll tell you where everybody is. I can't get skinny.
Well, I got to tell you, that's the question. I mean, you would think that initially when the Hornets came, there would be some kind of people, some group of people who think that they could be reasoned with. That's what SJWs do. That's what the left does. They're like, hey, this is
turn to my neighbor for honey.
Are you a hornet phobic? Hornet?
Yeah, are you a hornophobe? Are you a hornophobe?
No, I don't like running out of food. So I would make friends with the guys in charge immediately.
Oh, Umbrella Guy's in here. How you doing, Tug?
Hey, I'm doing good, man.
Look, he's all mysterious, just like his icon.
Yeah, I was just listening. I was admiring the art. I thought, wow, that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna start sharing stuff as I finish it. I mean, I usually I'll work on something and then put it down, and it's hard for me to complete a page. I'll just work on 8 things at once. But I'm gonna start actually finishing pages and putting them up in the update section. I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna update everyone. This is one of those things. This is our first set of Indiegogos. And I think we really need to go out of our way to just make sure everyone sees everything and just give transparency to this whole effect. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. I want to talk to you about something.
Is it private or can we all?
No. Well, we're live, so if it were private, we'd be in real trouble.
Private.
Everybody take a knee.
Now wouldn't be the time to talk privacy. Always punch Nazis. Always punch Nazis. Now everyone's talking about, look at this, Kaspersky Internet Security. That's the Russians. That's how it got hacked. Always punch Nazis. So anyway, other people are starting to do Kickstarters of their own. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
Give it any oxygen.
I already bought 5 copies.
Colonel Comics, thanks for $2 donation to get Bagel Goose to show his face. He'll just wear a mask. It's it's Cecil. Bagel Goose, thanks for $2. Are the Hornets gentle lovers? I wouldn't think so. No. Django Manko, thanks for $5. My account was blocked defending Miller today. Follow my new account, Kane Highwind Hail Caesar. What happened? Why did you have to defend Mike?
No. Probably that not famous chick.
What's going on with that?
I don't know. I blocked her or I muted her. So
you did?
No. One thing when you're contesting with these people, right? If you decide to contest, if you decide to argue and debate with these people, for the most part, understand that you're not changing their mind. So you're arguing for an audience, right? You're either arguing for our guys or you're arguing for the normies who might happen to be in the audience. But don't let these people get you too upset and too mad, right? And so if you get to that point, take a breath and represent us well. Don't say anything too horrible or use any profanity or do anything that could, don't threaten anybody. Don't say anything that you would regret later on.
That's
Why don't you feel like you're talking to me, Edwin?
Do the opposite of Cecil.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, channel Cecil, only opposite.
Hey, John Malin's here. How you doing, John?
Good. And how are you doing, Ethan?
Just fine, thank you. Glad to have you.
just on my stream.
What's that?
I said John was just on my stream. I had a 4-hour-long stream of just me inking this double-page spread, and my daughter was here reading the chats for me, and we were singing and stuff. It's just,
And it's a fantastic double-page spread too.
What is it? What is it? Can I see?
I don't know how well you can see, but it's
We can get a general idea.
yeah, it's Battle Royale, vampires versus the unknown soldiers. So
Looking cool.
Oh, wow! Look at that. Yeah. Nice.
It's in blue line, so it's probably not easy to see for the camera.
Mike, I don't know if you realize this. You left your do-rag on from your ship at Applebee's. You might want to take that off. He just got off a shift.
Oh my God! You know what?
That was awesome.
I appreciate the concern.
When you're drawing, though, you do want to wear something on your head. I want to keep the hair out of my eyes, Cecil. So I'm like Mike.
What is it? It's falling out into your eyes.
I set that up for you. Victor the Ripper, thanks for $5. So you sharpened Mike's pencils, brushed off his eraser debris, posed for him, and swept and cleaned his office. That was your apprenticeship. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got to learn. You got to start from the bottom. You got to work your way up. Absolutely.
Especially fluffing your pillows, Ethan. You're the world's best pillow fluffer.
Yeah, well, just had to make sure everything was neat and tidy. Downship, thanks for $2. What variant cover is the metal cover for Ravage?
The Graham Nolan cover, and we have the color up now. Awesome! It's going to be great.
Sweet. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure we're caught up. Okay. Raven Eye Reviews, thanks for $2. Edwin looks like the T2 old John Connor, the hairstyle.
He does.
Everyone thinks Edwin looks like other people. And, I think he sounds a lot. Oh, Rukabir's in here. How you doing, Rukabir?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Well, it's my pleasure and my honor. All right, so a fellow named Ben Ferrari. Ben Ferrari. Let me see him.
That's not a real name.
You think it's a fake name?
Yeah, it's a fake name.
His real name's Bob Lamborghini?
Yeah.
So he's created two campaigns before. I'm dying about this. This is absolutely amazing. Always punch Nazis, always. Oh my gosh, I know this dude that backed it. Bradley backed us. That's hilarious. 44-page comic book anthology about our country's battle against racism. Did you know that? Did you know that we punch racists these days? We just punch them.
I mean, I'm behind on the news. I didn't know.
It is true. It's what we do. We punch Nazis. Always punch them. Unfortunately, they have $777 there. That should alarm Mike S. Miller. That's the number of God. Somebody's got to change that quickly.
You know what? We should all change it. We should all go in there and buy really big tiers, and then the day before it ends, everyone back out.
Everybody excited.
Always punch Nazis. How's that one going?
$777 out of their $100 goal.
That's better than I expected.
I truly don't understand how. Oh, hey, John Delarose, how you doing? Welcome.
How you doing, brother? Nice to meet you finally.
Good. This chat is going to fill up pretty quickly. I love it. I was worried about it. I was like, I don't know if anybody wants to do this tonight. But Mike S. Miller was like, let's have a chat. I'm like, okay, let's go. Comics Rebirth, thanks for $5. We need to raise money to get Mike new stencils. LOL. Mike, do you need new stencils?
Some of my stencils are a few decades old.
I have the same big circular stencil that I had when I was airbrushing. Yeah. That's beat, dude. That's no good anymore.
Yeah.
You can toss that.
Mike, you need a computer first, though. I mean,
dude, I need a lot of stuff. You don't need to talk about all my needs right now.
That is crazy. GRP Poll, thanks for $12. Hail, Roe, Commander of the Centurions. Roe, salute, my friend. Well met.
Well met, Centurions. Centurions are actually amassing. They've got their own chat now on Discord, and they're amassing as we speak.
I'm really pleased about that. I like that. I got to attend your live chat last night. That was good. Max,
Ro, was that on YouTube? The last night's chat.
That's right. That's right. It was an absolute honor. I think we were only missing you, Cecil. Actually,
I didn't see an invite. I checked my messages twice.
Cecil is love. Cecil is life.
Yeah, Cecil is forgotten.
We will never forget you, Cecil.
Cecil's
My
unforgettable.
favorite is everybody reacting to Ro. Like, who is this guy? All
He's
over
a man's man. Look at him.
He's the guy you want on you want him on your side, because if he's against you, you don't sleep.
Well, I've got my fan on tonight, so I should be a little cooler.
Thank God.
He is the warrior poet of Comicsgate and the faithful centurion. That is Rukabir Kumar.
I'm honored, Edwin.
All right, I'm going to knock off to go do my thing with Nurkish. Everybody stay here. Watch the replay. It's all a bunch of nonsense anyway. Stay right here. If I cut out, you guys are still on, I'll jump back on.
Yeah, come on back. Nurkish is coming on later too. Dorby, thanks for and Cecil, thanks for popping in. We'll see you later if you can make it.
100%.
Go knock one off.
Bye, everybody. I'll go rub one out.
Yeah.
Dorby, thanks for $5. Ethan, what is 1998? Is it another ash can delivered with blood honey? Was it part of Blood Honey once? No, 1998 is a prequel to Blood Honey. That is an ash can that you could get at the $50 tier. So it's going to be just as good as a regular book. It's going to be all new story, all new art, all that stuff. So I hope you dig it. Colonel Comics $2. Great to see Nasser cooling down Row blow strong. I don't know. Ben Patnow, thank you for $5. Ben, I didn't win my Twitter 300 poll, but I'm doing another Ravage fan art. Thank you for the printer. Recommend.
Awesome.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I sure do. Let me know how the printer goes, and I love all the fan arts. Thank you so much.
That's beautiful. So, fellas, always punch Nazis. This is a wonderful look into the mind of an SJW, and I'm so glad that you guys are here with me tonight to enjoy this amazing Kickstarter. Now, Kickstarter is the platform that we as Comicsgate have eschewed. We are not going to be using Kickstarter, I don't think. I think those people who are using Kickstarter, who are kind of with us, we should kind of just say, hey, get away from there. They're a bunch of crazy people, and if they find out you're a right-winger, they're going to kick you off. They're going to kick your project off. So probably don't do that. Probably go to Indiegogo. These people are children. I mean, do you realize that? Do you see what I'm looking at here? Always punch Nazis. Do you see the star and the always? That's for patriotism. Punch. You've got a fist. Look at the way the fist is. It's like, can you imagine getting punched by a fist that way? And then a swastika in the Nazis. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. Look at the people who are going to punch you in this illustration. Can I play this?
Actually, that lady on the left, she looks like she makes a really mean curry.
Yeah, she does.
So what is Ben Ferrari trying to suggest here? Because just for fun, I just pulled him up on Facebook, and this was the first post I found. I don't know if you can see my.
Hold on. Let me say. What do you got? Whoa. What do you got?
Whoa.
I've got.
Oh, Defend Comics, and it's like, what is it?
AK.
Yeah, that's an AK-47 or one of the AK variants.
Yeah, it's getting further in like they're advocating of violence and things like that. It's getting frightening out there, to be honest.
Not just that, there's no repercussion for it. The bike lock bandit, everyone knows about that. Eric Clanton, he was sentenced today, or lack thereof sentencing. He was given time served, 4 days, and probation for beating 7 people. That he was accused of beating 7 people. There's video of it and everything. There, you can get 22 years for abusing an animal, but you get time served and probation for beating people with bike locks.
That's
as long
crazy.
as they're the right people. Yeah.
Yeah, the right people. That's the thing, right? I mean, they let that happen to the people they don't like. That's not America.
All right, let me play this video for you guys, and we'll see if it changes your mind, because maybe it will. Okay, maybe it will. So let's see. I don't know if there's going to be sound or not, but there seems to be. The imagery will do it, I think.
Edwin, voiceover.
You need to lock your cell phone, Ethan.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a second. All right.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Let me go back to my screen. All right. And then lock myself on and then go back. See, I'm learning how to do this, guys. I'm going to be a professional YouTuber before you even know it. All right, here we go. Let's start over again. Now, you can make up some bullshit if it doesn't say anything, Edwin, okay? But this is your narration, okay? Because it's going to be silent.
All right, let's see what we get.
Here we go.
Pilot Studio presents some bullshit. Throughout history.
It looks so welcoming.
It looks like a s'mores party.
Hey, Ethan, you have to lock it on your screen.
I did.
It's not.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I that's what I did though.
I think it's locked in the actual
it's
chat.
It's locked in the actual chat. Yeah, we just see different here. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll go forward.
We witnessed the horror in Charlottesville. Yep. It was horrible. Yeah, it doesn't stay up on the screen. I'm sorry, brother. Not in here.
Okay. So, all right, let's try again. This time, no narration. Everybody just watch in awe. Okay. All right. Here we go. One more time. Look at this. Or maybe I'll narrate. Racism has grown. They're all bored. When we witnessed the horror in Charlottesville. Yeah. Pilot Studios said, enough.
No more. You gotta stop that one guy.
Terribly drawn superheroes to the rescue. We're gonna punch you.
Against aggression.
Always punch Nazis. Always lick communists. Who wouldn't punch a Nazi? Join the fight on Kickstarter. That is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my effing life. That is horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Now,
isn't this against Kickstarter's terms of service to be, you know, I'm just checking.
It is. It's against, they have a hate speech and I can't remember. It's under their prohibited laws, but yeah, I looked it up yesterday when I saw it. I was hoping nobody would flag it down. I want to see how much money it'd make, you know, and really it stands as a testament to how ugly these people are.
I'm going to be honest. I like it. And here's why.
Okay.
Here's why I like it. Because it never defined who a Nazi was. So I got a bunch of calls from my cousins, and I showed people today.
Yeah, it does, man. If you roll down through it, it defines Trump voters as Nazis.
Well, we're gonna find out. Yeah, I think it probably will. So these are the people who are gonna punch you.
Okay, let's see.
What is this guy holding? What is this guy holding here? What is this item? Is that a piñata stick?
Yes, it's a piñata stick.
They got a Mexican with a piñata stick, and he's going to hit you with it.
That's pretty racist.
That's extremely racist. As the Hispanic
That's not racist. That's a party.
Absolutely insane. I'm worried about this robot leg, to be honest with you. I don't know if robots, well, maybe robots can distinguish Nazis from just regular people.
Somebody in the chat says, the guy on the bottom right, I believe you have my stapler.
That's who he is. He's got the red stapler.
Oh, wow.
That's who he literally is. They think they're being funny. And she's like, the girl with the cowboy hat is literally like nestled in his crotch, which is, probably something he'd be into. I like this kid with the Hulk hands here. And then we've got, I don't know, your face here for Uncle Sam. But apparently you have to be white. You have to be white because Uncle Sam is white. So, very good. And this is for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That is about as extreme left as you get. Aren't they like crazy bigots?
Yeah, I even saw the New York Times complaining about the Southern Poverty Law Center today. I mean, that says a lot when you think about it.
There was a recent scandal where they may have offshored some money. So one of those Caribbean or Panamanian accounts, they may have squirreled away some millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's terrible. And
That's terrible.
you know the worst part about that cover? They use iconography of a war veteran in a walker when you know they do not support veterans.
No, they don't. They don't support veterans.
But they want to use it and pretend like for some reason, that they have the side of the military. I would ask them, do you think the military personnel supports you? What you think is on your side?
Well, I have a question. I have a serious question for you guys in the chat. How many times do these people, and you can share my screen, it's maybe relevant. How many times do these people have to tell you that they think that you're Nazis and bigots and white supremacists? And how many times do they have to tell you they hate you, they want to hurt you, they want to punch you and assault you before we believe them, before we take them at their word?
Well, John Malin, do you have an answer to that question?
I already believe them. They punched Jeremy.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
they're already doing it. They've probably been doing it for a long time. I can only imagine how many people have been assaulted at bars at this point or rallies at this point for their political beliefs. Yeah, so they're already doing it. My fear is that it's going to escalate much like that T-shirt we just saw, where it's going to become shoot Nazis. And I do have fear that, the pendulum could swing the other way too. And when it swings the other way, that people on the right do have firearms, and I don't want to see any of this stuff happening. So, I don't support the punch anybody or the shoot anybody narrative that's probably to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
there
so
seems
too.
to be this cluster, though. There seems to be this cluster of people not famous. Pace, B. Clay, the League of Extraordinary Creepy Gentlemen, right, is who I call them.
Well,
B. Claymore, Richard Price Selner, some of these other guys, Doyle.
This is not a gentleman.
Some of these people who are pushing this, if you voted for Trump or you're on the right, you're a white supremacist. If you're a white supremacist, you're a Nazi. You need to get punched. It's pretty clear that they're trying to intimidate and scare people.
I think that's true.
We saw that article from Comic Crusader that came out talking about how, basically Jeremy deserved to be punched. And a lot of people, they pulled it down after they got backlash. After they pulled it down, people were congratulating them. And I thought, why the hell are you congratulating them? They took it down. Wow. But they actually advocated for somebody to be attacked. They said, this is all your fault. We should be able to do this and more. And when they got blowback, they were like, let's pretend we didn't do that. But
the editors approved it. So they have an editor that had to approve and say, yes, we agree with beatings.
Let me read some super chats real quick. The chat's getting antsy about it, so I want to catch up. Logan Michael 69, thanks for $2.99. Did you read the new Fantastic Four comic? No, I didn't. I didn't read it. Was it good? Let's see here. Mark C, $2. Chocolate chip pecan pie. Yeah, I agree. Sergeant Bats, $2. Bootang pie. Yeah. Siren Jag, thanks for $5. Patty LaBelle, sweet potato pie is life. It's absolutely worth needing a hut pleasure barge to travel. Django Manco, thanks for $5. My account was blocked. Bagel Goose, Victor the Ripper, Downshift. Where are we here? Sorry, guys. All right. Okay, Bruce Patnow says, no, I got that too. Raz Reborn, Razgriz Reborn, $5. This project breaks Kickstarter terms of service because it donates funds to charity, aside from blatantly calling for violence. We should get it taken down. I wonder if we could do that. I wonder if we could flag it enough to actually get this taken down. But first, let's make fun of it. Psychotic Cognition, $100, $10. Thank you. So for the artist in the call, what made you become artists and why? And for the writers, what made you become writers and why? Hey, John, why did you become an artist?
Pretty much Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld. That got me pretty hooked into comics. So I'll give credit there. Short answer.
Mike, how about you?
I just always drew. I think when I was a little kid, I used to draw with my older brother, and maybe I just enjoyed it more than your average kid, and I just never stopped.
And what about you, John Delarose? How come you became a writer?
I kind of got frustrated with Star Trek after Deep Space Nine and how it got into Voyager. I just was like, I want to do this better. I can write these better, and I started just kind of building my own stories because of that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. The screen is
locked on Edwin, by the way.
Yeah, let me fix that.
Ethan, what about you?
I became an artist because my mom was an artist and her father was an artist, and I just loved comics. I had to be John Byrne. I decided that I didn't mind being fat, bald, and bearded with glasses, like every comic book artist I ever saw a photo of, if I got to draw superheroes for a living. And that's what I got to do, and that's what I became. And so fair play, God. Fair play, fate. Let's see. TR Wright, thank you for $5. EVS, please mention that Lone Star has a digital $15 tier that everyone in the chat should be able to afford. Yes, go back Lone Star and pick up that $15 tier if that's what you can get. Hell, thank you for $2. Children, no, children aren't that childish. Yeah, just SJWs, I'm afraid. Den Giganski, thanks for $2. Moon Man and Triple K Mafia in the house. Mark C, thanks for $10. Heard NASA the other night on Mike and Edwin's chat. He's just a kid. Cecil might as well go and trip kids on the playground. He would. Also, you missed 3 of my super chats through 2 live streams. Not mad, just saying. Mark C, I do my best. I really do my best. I didn't know I missed your super chats. I'm sorry. Critius, $2. Scroll down to the red part of that campaign. I will. We'll get back to it. Lens Quest, thanks for $10. Who amongst the new alternative comic producers can meet the need for monthly floppies releases? This model is unsustainable, asking fans to wait for months. Nobody is fulfilling the format of the medium. We'll get there, Lens Quest. We'll get there. Here's the problem with what we're doing right now. You need a lot of startup capital, frankly, to produce a monthly comic book. You're going to need to have at least enough money to get the first 3 comics printed and out the door. And you're going to have to live for 3 months on what? Air, bread, dust, I don't really know, but you actually have to live. You have to produce 3 months worth of comics in order to actually see the profit from your first issue. So, you know, just coming out of the blue like we are and trying to put out comic books is something that most people find prohibitively expensive, but we found a way to do it. Ultimately, our goal will be to produce comics much more frequently. And without using crowdfunding. We're hoping that, you know, we'll find a way to kind of make this self-sustaining. But for now, this is us trying to build up from the ground up, and we appreciate your support very, very, very much. We'll get there. We will get there. Stay with us. We're trying to build something new. You know, it's a big deal. Joe Marone, thanks for $5. They invoke Jack Kirby a lot in defense of punching Nazis. They're such clowns. Jack Kirby would never punch someone that for political reasons like that. I mean, idiots. Den Jagonski, $2. The sequel to Punch a Nazi is Stab a Communist. Well, you know, Downshift, $5. Video is cringe. Also, they use the heart in the heart symbol that Pizzagate exposed as an actual pedo symbol, as confirmed by the FBI. Pause at 53 seconds. Excavating the ruins. $14.99. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Please shout out my Indiegogo. Weapons free on Indiegogo. Gabby J, thanks for $5. Hey, Mike, Stanley Miller put up $25 for Lone Star. So he's calling you Stanley. Hey, Mike, Stanley Miller. He just put up $25 for Lone Star. Any plans on making the covers into metal prints? I'd buy. Also, would love a black and white print of the book.
Yes.
Oh, there are plans.
Not on the black and white thing, probably not, but on the metal prints.
Critius, thanks for $5. Ethan, let's leave it alone. We know we're not Nazis. Let's not give them a validation to their false narrative. I can't help it. I have to actually poke this. This is infuriating. I know we're not Nazis, but I still want to take a look at this stupid campaign, and let's just see how dumb they are. Kiranis, thanks for $1.99. Get political, Ethan. Admit cream pie is the best pie. Yeah, I'm not far from that belief. You know, honestly, it's okay. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, this is absolutely outrageous. Now, should I go back? Let me go back. Let's go back to the thing. What do you think, Rukabir? What's your opinion of all this?
Well, you know what? You just have to look at that photo, right? The actual picture where you see each individual stereotyped. I mean, the lady on the left, to be perfectly honest, you know, I've grown up with a lot of these kind of women wearing this. It's a Salvar kameez, right? It's like an Indian outfit, and they're just really good at making samosas. That's their thing.
They're good at making samosas?
That's right. You know, you look at that picture, the Punch a Nazi picture, You know, the lady on the left, you got the pinata guy in the center, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the lady on the left. She's it looks like an Indian lady wearing an outfit, an Indian costume.
Yeah.
I mean, that does it's not she wouldn't punch you. She might throw a shoe at you.
Yeah. John Delarose, what is your feeling about all of this?
About the Nazi comic?
Yeah.
I feel like we're Streisand affecting it. I kind of veer away from things that are small, I guess, just because we are giving an audience to it that it wouldn't have otherwise. And if he's smart, he's going to go on and be like, this is the project that Ethan Van Sciver can't even stand and calls it cringy and make a ton of money off of it, right?
Yeah, what do you think? Should we just ignore it?
I think that's probably a better thing to do. That's what I'd do.
No, I don't think we ignore it. I think we got to crush it.
I'm being outvoted, though, so that's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't help it. You know, I'm fascinated by it. If he makes money off of it, I'm sorry. I want to get it removed, if possible, just because I do think it violates rules. Here we go. That's my feeling. That's my feeling about this. I think it's evil and stupid. It's stupid and evil.
Who do they say the Nazis are? Maybe I missed that. I didn't.
Well,
it's down the page.
Here we go. Who wouldn't punch a Nazi? I would shoot a Nazi. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Punch a Nazi? If you're in World War II, first of all, the Nazi. These people are so stupid. It's like the Nazis. The Nazis were a political party. You go fight the German soldiers. Nazis? Punch a Nazi. Go ahead and punch a Nazi. See what would happen to you in World War II. You have to be a little bit more than ready to learn how to ball up your fist and swing it at somebody like that. But all right, so as everyone knows who the Nazis are. That's not necessarily true. More so, if you saw a Nazi, you would want to punch that Nazi right across his face. I can't believe a man wrote this. Always punch Nazis is the best thing to actually. Is the next best thing to actually punching a Nazi. This 44-page anthology addresses the Nazi-like racism that has been plaguing America for many years. The creators of Always Punch Nazis address rising issues. Guys, we're going to kill him in the November midterms.
Oh, I know.
If you're a Republican. We're going to kill. These are our opponents. Do you understand how dumb things are right now?
I'm so excited about this. They've been hyping the blue wave for so long, but the problem is, guys. I mean, you know, you were talking about somebody was talking about how that T-shirt and like moving things up to shootings at this point. I mean, they're going to go psycho when they don't take the House here. They've been told on propaganda levels that the blue wave is happening and it's going to be a big deal. And what's going to happen when it doesn't? I mean, you remember how bad it was the first couple weeks of 2016. Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody got like crazy. Somebody got a little froggy with me on Twitter. You know, last night over Ohio, he was a little bit premature and was just like, he's like, I can't even imagine. He's like, I love what's probably happening. You're probably at home crying right now over what happened in Ohio. No, I didn't even know there was an election. I'm not paying attention, to be honest with you. I'm working on frogs.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, he's like, you're probably at home crying. I wasn't crying. I didn't know. So I looked up what had happened in Ohio, and the election had just flipped to the Republican. Like for 1 second, it seemed like the Democrat won this House seat, this contested House seat, but the Republican ended up winning it. And I was just like,
is that official now?
Well, I mean, he's ahead by like 3,000 votes. Trump has declared victory and departed the field. I think it's pretty official. And Drudge Report had a big thing that said, you know, Republicans hold Ohio. I don't know how much more official it can get, really. You know, I don't know. But anyway, it seems to be the case. And I was just like, boy, it's going to be weird. November is going to be really, really weird. Like the country is getting strange. All right. So anyway, you're going to learn the most effective way to punch a Nazi, a historical adventure about what happens when you continuously turn the other cheek, how fighting for what is right can be passed down through many generations, and how and many more fun tales about standing up for what is right. These people are talking about assaulting Republicans. That's what they're talking about, essentially.
In comic book format, right? That entices kids as a guide on how to assault your fellow citizen.
I don't think they know what violence is. I really don't think they have a clue what it is.
Me and Edwin talk. Yeah.
They don't even know what right is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, people are generally speaking like moral relativists, so they literally don't even have a moral right or wrong to even define themselves.
All right. So after the horrific events in Charlottesville, Ben Ferrari, the CCO Pilot Studios, approached his team with a challenge. He and Silas Dixon, wanted to do something to help battle the growing racial divide in the United States. This mission led to the birth of Always Punch Nazis.
Yeah, this will do it.
Who wouldn't want to punch a Nazi? Yeah, this is what they're doing. Who wouldn't want to punch a Nazi? Quickly became the motto for the book you're purchasing. Ben also asked for the creators to volunteer their talent and in others to send all profits to a worthwhile cause. Where do the funds go? They go to the Southern Poverty Law Center, the extreme left. Holy cow. Oh,
It's strange because I actually see over here, Steve, we don't have too much of what you guys got down there. We've got you're talking about the midterm elections, and we've got Doug Ford. He won Ontario, and that was that was pretty much a repeat of Trump, but in Ontario. Now, Ontario is a province in Canada. It's where the capital is Ottawa, and it's the same sort of thing. Anybody who voted for him is a Nazi, and you got to punch him out. But the trouble is, everybody voted for him. So what do you do?
Somebody in the chat said this is layers of sociopathic fantasy on top of layers of sociopathic fantasy. That's about right. They love this image right here, by the way. They love they love this. Like that in their head, that's real.
Well, it's delusional fantasy. I had tons of people contact me, and tell me, well, this is really happening, or 6 months ago, Comicsgate is this and that. I've been sharing out the what is Comicsgate link that Mike put up there. I don't even here, read it. Stop the lies, stop the slander. This is what's going on.
This is the saddest part right here. This is very sad. How to punch a Nazi. Nazis should be punched. As a rational human being, you understand this. Oh God, they're so dumb. They're so dumb. I can't. I honestly, John, you might be right. You might be right, John Delarose.
I'm telling you.
Do I go forward with this?
I think it's already too late at this point. We might as well conclude it.
I'm getting physically ill by how soy based this is. This is completely, and look, they show you how to make a fist with your hand. You're talking about trying to prompt people to assault.
Why is the dude wearing a Chinese outfit?
Yeah, I mean, he's culturally appropriated that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he kung fu? Who is that? Who is this person? What is he doing?
He's kind of like the Hulk, except instead of infected by gamma radiation, it's like cheeseburgers or something.
Cheeseburgers and wontons, my friend.
So, so this is you. Find a Nazi, any Nazi. Look at this. Wait, all right, I didn't read this part. But do you know how to correctly throw a punch? Well, if you don't, now's not the time. Okay. Follow these easy steps to make the world a better and less hateful place. Yeah, violence is going to fix everything. Find a Nazi, any Nazi. Then you find this skinny little child here. You'll do. He's got the
chat's saying this is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I kind of agree. I think he's got the science.
Oh, yeah, maybe. He might be Daryl Ayo, though. I think that's the other thing, to be frank. This guy, not only is he a Nazi, but he's the Zodiac killer, if you look at the badge on his chest. So go ahead and punch him. I mean, he's a Zodiac killer. He's still at large. He's looking.
You're right about the learning. And hi, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
You're right about if you haven't thrown a punch yet or don't know how to throw a punch. I don't know if you saw Antifa last weekend. They were trying to break a window for military recruiting center, and they were flailing at it like pansies. And they tried for 5 minutes and didn't make a crack in the window, not even a bit. It was so glorious. It's just ineffectual, just flailing away at this window, and they couldn't do it. You're like, well, that's what you get for not being a man before.
A friend of mine had a nice idea. So I actually have. I'm supposed to be speaking at a rally in about 10 days. I haven't decided whether I'm actually going to or not, because Antifa has announced they're going to show up to this.
Is this a Nazi rally?
This is a free speech, anti-pedophilia in fandom.
So it is a Nazi rally.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Whatever. So, but a friend of mine had an idea that we set up actual like straw men, like scarecrows, and with Trump hats and like signs for defending the Constitution and free speech, and video them wailing on literal straw men. Now, as a visual, that's pretty good. It might be a little too metaphorical and intricate for these people, though.
All right, so I want you all at home to extend all 4 fingers of your hand. I want you to curl your fingers inwards and make sure your thumb lays across the top of your index. And this is so goddamn. This has got to be a joke. They got to be kidding me.
You know what? My loins are shriveling up listening to this.
Oh my God! Like I remember my dad teaching me this when I was 4 years old.
Yeah, but none of you have that.
You're about to punch somebody and you don't know how to make a fist. Okay, this should go well. He's just gonna stand there for you. Yeah, let's see. Attack. There you are. Square up. I like the way they had to change this figure's head, so his head was tall and stupid here, like this guy here. Forcefully rotate your hips and torso as you extend your right arm. That is assuming he hasn't already beat your ass because you've squared up against him. Give him or her the fist of reason. So this is what it's going to look like here when you do it. This is sick.
You're advocating for violence against women as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, give him or her. Yeah, you're punching. I didn't notice that. Give him or her. You're punching a woman who you've decided is a Nazi.
Wow.
How about that? And he's a man. That's a man.
You know what? There's one time ever that I learned actually that sometimes you do have to hit a woman. So this was I had been asked out at 14 years old, and she was a soccer player, and I refused. Well, I didn't actually refuse. You know, I made some kind of lame excuse, like my mother's got to pick me up or something like that. And the next day at school, she scratched the hell out of my neck. And I'm not kidding. I had marks down my neck for maybe a month. And that's when I realized, yeah, sometimes maybe you do have to punch a Nazi.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know. I don't advocate for that. But, it depends. So admire your work. Is this what it looks like? I mean, look, his teeth are bleeding. Like, his face is all swollen. He's got hearts all over him. Why is he? What, are you in love with him? And now keep punching. Keep punching and never stop until he's dead.
Oh my God, I know this guy. He goes to my local comic shop, guys. This is not a joke.
Really? You know the artist?
Ben Ferrari, if he's the artist or writer, I don't know, but he lives here. I've met him. This is crazy.
I am so grateful for this. I know you're right about the Streisand effect thing, but like, this is so awesome. I mean, this is really so awesome. You look at this and you just go, these are our opponents.
Well, so John De La Rose, you live in the San Francisco area. If you run across this guy at a comic book store, you're obviously, a unique Hispanic white supremacist. Is Ben Ferrari? Is he going to give you some justice? Is he gonna stick a fist in your suckle?
That's a great question. He is going to be at my local comic shop on September 1st on a Saturday. So I can show up and ask for an autograph and see what happens.
You should beat him up, man. Just beat him up.
Well, if he just stops, he points at you, and then you see him wadding his hand up, then you know exactly what he's doing. He's counting the steps.
He's not giving you a tug plug.
Raise four fingers together. Put the 4 fingers together, and then, yeah.
You should probably go up to the guy and ask him if you need to be concerned about your safety around him and find out straight up if he's actually planning on punching you. And if he doesn't, then that says a lot.
I'm going to back this. I'm going to back this project.
I think everybody should back this. Actually, the chat's saying right now that they are backing it.
I want them to have to send these to Comicsgate. Wow, look at this. Hitler in his car. That's not Hitler. How is that Hitler? And then this dude comes out with a garbage bag on his head. And he starts punching people. Well, they have machine guns, so that wasn't a great idea. The who's who of always punch Nazis. So this wasn't just one crackpot. This was a whole lot of crackpots here. Should I read this?
The middle paragraph after all of this, basically it's you're anti, but after that, this one right here, they define Nazis. So there's you a little sampling.
Right here, screw that. All those people on the right side of the page know what you do when a Nazi starts babbling about a white homeland. They all know what to do when a fool wants to tell you Donald J. Trump.
Sorry. You know what chat's saying? That the dude punching the Nazis, that's Cecil. Take a look. I'm sure that's actually Cecil. Yeah, take a look.
Whoa, it is Cecil.
It
It's
is.
got the mask.
It's Cecil.
That's Cecil.
It's like finding Waldo.
Of course, Cecil's everywhere. Cecil is he's immortal. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, so anyway, they all know what to do when a fool wants to tell you to make Donald J. Trump is just trying to make America great again, because we know he really means he wants to make America
have to leave the chat.
white again. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord, guys.
Eat, pray, Cecil.
Eat, pray, Cecil.
I just can't believe I've met this guy in person. This is.
He doesn't seem real. Like he seems. You know what this seems like? This seems like a Steven Crowder skit. You know what I mean? Like it seems like something he would do. All right. So yeah. Sometimes books can be damaged in transit to your house or at your house after you receive it. Yeah. Should we back this?
Yeah, and they can any of these artists can absolutely tweet me if they need my address, and we can discuss it.
Well, we got to back Cecil's book, right?
Yeah, Cecil's in it. I mean, maybe that's what we need to do. But my God, no, we shouldn't. Because you know why? Here's why I don't want to back it. I'd back it if the money were going to go to him, I suppose, just to be funny. But it's going to go to the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah,
I don't want to give them my address.
Scum. They just get the trebuchet.
I don't want to give a bunch of crazies my address where I actually live. I could send it to my P.O. box, I suppose, but some people would be sending this right to their house.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Mitch is in the chat. He's like, they'll get your address. Yeah, these people are nuts.
Oh, look, back in the day, I used to be on chat. I used to get very upset, and then I would actually dox myself. I'd say, come to my house. I have no problem. Just you visit me, no problem. I'll send you pictures of my house on Google Street.
The problem these days, though, is they may send a SWAT team to your house, and that's here that's a real problem. So
yeah, we don't have that here.
Yeah, they do that. They'll SWAT you. If they, these people are crazy, absolutely crazy.
Chuck Wendig accused me of swatting him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, beautiful Chuck Wendig. He was making some angry rant about Trump that was getting a little violent, and so I just went in and I tagged at Secret Service. And then he started rambling about how I was swatting him for days. So, and then people start repeating it now. So now I'm an accused swatter just because I made a funny joke on Twitter.
Hey, that Tony Isabella, he, the creator of Black Lightning, as he tags in his description, he was putting out his home address, and somebody was like, "Hey, you rail on people all day. Maybe you shouldn't put your home address out there." And he's gone nuts talking about how those people are threatening him and how they've got to report him to the FBI and all that.
Yeah. So I guess the end of this, the reason why I wanted to talk about this as well is that. I got a phone call today from the Quartering, Jeremy Hambley. And so this is what this kind of all leads to, and this is why they're interested in this. Like, they really have resorted to violence. Oh, by the way, before I say that, I was on Rukabir's show last night, and we talked about Mags Visaggio. And Mags Visaggio contacted me about it, and we had a nice little chat.
Wow.
Yeah. It was actually...
What did she say?
We kind of we explained why we didn't trust each other. Like, we had issues of trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you lied to me about this. And she's like, you lied to me about this. It was the other way around. And then we said, yeah, well, and we both went, yeah, I guess we're both justified in not liking each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it went.
Well, Magdalene is basically a goddess of war, right? I mean, Zach has always maintained that she will break anyone's teeth with a baseball bat, Our Lady Magdalene. So she's the patron saint of the Centurions.
That's what you say. Yeah. I said, listen, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you at all. It's like, but you have to understand, like, this is something that's happening now. Like, this, you know, it's gone from just talking about violence to actual violence, and you have to wake up to that. Like, you need to wake up to the fact that it's no longer, you know, your side is actually gone from just kind of being like, you know, fantasizing about violence to actually committing acts of violence and then like enjoying it, you know, talking about it on Twitter, laughing about it. And that, you know, that just can't be tolerated. Like, I said, did you ever think that would happen? Did you ever think that you would be sort of your side, you'd be responsible in some way for like people being assaulted at conventions? Did you ever think that would be the end result of like, you know, everything that you say you believe in, or, you know, hi, we disagree. Well, okay. In the meantime, my friend Jeremy, his eye is popped. You know, it's like his left eye is like bright red. You know, his eyeball. And he contacted me today. He was just like, you know, hey, listen, cool. Thank you for raising money. He's like, I've hired a lawyer, and I'm gonna go do what I'm supposed to do. So you know, it's not, you know, and I'm looking at my Twitter, and somebody's just like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Dude got punched in the face and needed $10,000 for emotional support, and they call the left snowflakes. These people are like crazy. They're mentally ill. Like, you can't say stuff like that. Like, dude was assaulted. He wants to sue the guy who assaulted him.
You know, to be honest, Caesar, the thing is that the Centurions are used to war. They're used to fighting. You know, they live for it. Okay,
Right.
they're aggressive people. These are your most aggressive citizens of your empire, and you know, this was definitely our first instinct. It's, well, why not just fight back? Now the thing is, and it's been pointed out multiple times to me, it's that to maintain peace in the empire, we can't have this kind of thing. We simply can't have it. So this is the reason that it is absolutely impossible not to destroy them completely legally.
What do you think of that, John Malin?
Yeah, legally. Yeah, I think Jeremy needs to follow through on this if that's what he wants to do. Absolutely.
Do you have a better idea?
Learn martial arts.
Yeah, martial arts. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Everyone's very quiet about this.
Well, I mean, you can play their game, but it's kind of what they want. They want us to be who they stereotypically or stereotype us as. Like, they think that we're quote unquote fascists. They think that we're violent. They think that we're dangerous. Meanwhile, we just want to be left alone. I just want to work on my relationship with my couch. Don't bother me. You know, like that's all that we're really concerned with. And if we get too far down into the ditches with them, you know, they're just going to label, like, they're going to call us, they're going to Alex Jones us, really. In
What
the
does
end.
that mean?
Well, they're going to blanket ban us. I mean, I saw today people arguing that, you know, oh, he violated terms of service. When? Can anyone tell me what he did? I mean, don't make me defend Alex Jones, because I think he's a scumbag. But in the end, I mean, what did he do wrong? Like, he
hold on a second.
he got banned from LinkedIn. How the fuck do you violate the terms of service? Your resume.
He got banned from YouPorn. I mean, come on. I mean,
He got banned from YouPorn?
yes, from
he was on that. I missed that.
And he got banned from, you know, the mail service provider MailChimp, you know, that delivers your email. Yeah, they banned him too. So
you guys are making this too big and too abstract.
All right.
Comics fandom is a couple 100,000 people at most. Comics Twitter is maybe what, 50,000 to 100,000 people, maybe. The number of bad actors number in the hundreds. And so if we push back against a couple of people, I don't know that we can change the world, but we can change our part of it. And when you see anyone pushing this within comics, at least, that some sort of political ideology that's not a Nazi is a Nazi, right? Mm-hmm. That these people should be these people should be punched, and you see people linking these thoughts, and these are not all that many people. These are not all that many people, right? Tim Doyle, Selner, Pace, Moore, not famous, a couple of these other weirdos.
Selner.
Yeah, I don't know if we can change. I don't know if we can change the whole world, but we can certainly change a part of it.
So what you're saying, Edwin, is you want to target a select group of people for extermination. Is that it?
Well, what I want them to understand is that when they try and sell this, that there is some justification for pushing or punching or assaulting anyone because of any political persuasion, any cause really, aside from self-defense, and linking these concepts together and trying to build this narrative. This is evil mess, and it needs to be pushed back against, and we just need to keep saying no. So when you have these comic pros in our community pushing this stuff, and you had big cats from Marvel and DC with this stuff in their profiles last year, you'll remember Dan Slott, Mark Waid had this mess in their profiles. Punch a Nazi, ha ha ha, how funny, right? Well, what does it build up to? And so we just systematically push back at it and say no. You're trying to advocate for the assault of normal people, your neighbors, fellow Americans. This is evil and wrong, and say it over and over again. What we don't want to get into the thing is like, oh, I'm not a Nazi. No, everybody knows you're not a Nazi. Almost virtually no one is a Nazi. No one should be wasting time defending whether or not you're a Nazi. What you should be saying is that this is an evil premise and an evil act, and if everybody pushed back against it, we could change normative behavior. We could stop this pretty quickly, because I think there's more of this. There's more of us decent, normal people who don't want to let this stand. I think if we all push back at it, we could get it turned around pretty fast.
How do we turn it around? How do we push back on it?
Targets.
Okay. If some of this stuff is coming from pros, and you're a comic book pro, and you're still friends with some of these people, you need to be calling editors. You need to be calling managerial people at these comic companies and say, your employee is advocating the harm of normal Americans. This is not free speech. You're trying to build a case to harm people. So if you know anybody at Marvel in DC, push back against it. Nakatomi Tim has a business, right? He's saying normal Americans, Trump voters, normal Americans, heck, even Democrats who don't want to parrot his nonsense are Nazis and white supremacists. Does everybody understand that Nakatomi Tim, a business owner in Austin, Texas, is saying normal Americans are Nazis? Why are you purchasing products from him? So get it out to DC Comics. Get it out to Diamond Comics. Diamond Comics, why are you distributing the comics of people who want to harm normal Americans? Diamond Comics, why are you distributing the comics of people who want to punch and harm the people who purchase your comics? Get it out to the comic stores. This language is unacceptable. It's not a free speech thing. It's people saying they want to hurt normal people. We start today, amplify all these voices. We can stop this stuff in a moment. We can shut it down, shut it off.
Preach, brother, preach.
Excellent. I would love to have someone come in here who disagrees. I really would. I'd love to talk to somebody, because to me, like, this is all so alien and so weird. Like that whole thing made zero sense to me. And I'm usually traditionally I'm pretty good at understanding what the other side thinks. Like, I got it. Like, this is insane. Like, I can't relate to it. I don't get it. I don't understand what you're talking about. And you sound stupid, and you're promoting violence. So I don't really get it. Let me read some super chats here. Critias, $2. The red part defines who the Nazis are. That was the part that we read. Steve Dye, $5. Let them try to monetize opposition to this community and then compare results. Now, that is interesting, because that's actually something that I said to Mags. I said, why don't you kind of, we're complaining about the state of the comic book industry, and I just kind of said, why don't you do your own thing? Why don't you, why don't you get out there and crowdfund and do your own book, if you don't like the way things are going? And Mags ended up kind of saying, well, I don't want to have to do the, the extra work, the actual organizational stuff, which I completely understand. And I'm going to understand that a lot more this coming November when I'm shipping all these books out. But, that is interesting. I wonder if they did get together and tried to compete against Comicsgate, what their results would look like.
They're socialists. They don't care about capitalism, and capitalism requires work. So Mags, definitely of all people, I'm not surprised at all that she wants to just sit there and do nothing. So
Well, she wants to do comics, you know what I mean? But she doesn't want to go through the extra stuff that you have to go to do a crowdfunded book. I mean, you know, we have to pack these things up and ship them and all that stuff. Get the printers. It is much easier to just accept a paycheck to turn in pages and then you are done. But it's also less financially rewarding, and you don't have the kind of freedom that you have doing it our way. But I'm curious. I guess, like, you know, a book like Always Punch Nazis, like, let's see how this does. $777. I mean, a Comicsgate book makes that in 5 seconds when we launch an Indiegogo chat. I mean, seriously, all of them have been that great.
Now, it occurred to me that somebody was mentioning earlier, Rob Ford, who's the esteemed new premier of my province, where I live, and his brother was actually, remember the crack addict mayor of Toronto?
Yeah, that's his brother?
Yeah, it's his brother. He won. He got a higher office.
They're like the Kennedys.
He was.
You know, I met this guy. I met this guy. I got a photo with him on my Twitter. I just want to say I just felt pretty good about it.
Nice. He was actually the chief enforcer for the crack addict brother. And now he's the premier of my province. But it occurred to me that the way to beat them in some respects is to just not even engage them on their level. Because, like Trump, Rob Ford here in Ontario, he came up with a silly idea of a buck a beer, which I know for some of you guys it's going to seem a lot of money. We're trying to get down to a buck a beer, because a case of beer here is $47, 24 bottles of beer.
That's horrible.
You're in London, right?
Canadian money,
Yeah.
so it's not a lot.
Yeah, London,
so
Ontario. Yeah.
So it's $47. So he campaigned on a buck a beer. Now, he has it already in his first month in office. He's abolished SJW sex ed, which was put in by the former premier of Ontario. He's killed, they wanted to do a pilot project for livable wage, meaning everyone makes the same amount of money, or makes a baseline of money whether you work or not. They wanted to pass that here in my province. So he's killed all these social programs and just goofy ideas. But everyone is going psycho over the fact that he's lowered beer to $1 a bottle.
Yeah, literally. I see it every single day over here. Now, the thing is, so I live in Ottawa. I go over to Quebec side to pick up beer, right? And the buck of beer over there, I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, but what are the Centurions going to drink, right? Centurions require ale. We require wenches.
Yeah. So he's distracted them by going on about with getting the buck of beer passed. He signed it into law yesterday, and everyone's going psycho about buck of beer. Nobody is talking about he abolished sex ed. Nobody is talking about he abolished this other social program, and like Trump, it's just get them talking about what I want them to talk about on my level, on my agenda. And so I think that's how you beat them. Like, have them talk. You beat them by having them talk about the fact that you are crushing the sales of DC books with Cyberfrog.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's how you beat them. You get them talking about how much success you're having.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
they are talking about it anyway. They don't like it. They're trying to find ways to explain it away. It's only going to get better. I mean, the thing is, you know, all of our books are earning more profit for their creators than anything that Marvel and DC are putting out. And they just are. I mean, that's just the way it is. All of our books are doing that right now. Some of them are of course, outlandishly successful. But most of them are just very, very successful. We're going to build it out from here. And just, I love them looking at it and focusing on it and then telling us we don't matter, which just kills me. It's like, hey, you don't even matter. You guys are so tiny. We're not bothering you. Like, we're off doing our own thing. You know, me and Edwin, we're not bothering anyone, you know? And it's like, but they have to come at us every single day. So apparently we're bothering them. And they think about us an awful lot.
It's amazing to me, you know, about that. I had a conference call earlier today with some people to warn me, some interesting people, a group of people to warn me that I'm blacklisted. I'm blacklisted from these companies. And Edwin, you know, you'd be funny. I thought about you, and I'm listening to these people talking about me and my future and my business. And I let them talk. They're very nice, but I said, just relay this message to me. When have I ever applied to any of you? You're here with me. This is my company. I'm doing my thing. You're competing with me. I'm not trying to be in with you.
And don't a lot of them beg you, you know, for jobs and whatnot? Weren't you having an influx of that?
A big influx of it. Not, and I like, from a business perspective, I'll keep privacy, but it's amazing where you hear from one side of people's mouth publicly. The other thing I think is that a lot of these Dan Slott, Mark Wade types, they don't know what they're talking. They're trying to be hip with the teenagers. Yeah, I hate the Nazi zombies too. Instead of being leaders to the next generation, right? They're trying to hang on like they're with them. Hey, it's like the Steve Buscemi meme. Hey, hip kids.
It always amazes me that they love to come on, especially when something big's happening. Like I had a Federalist article out today, which I talked about most of you guys in here in Comicsgate. And, I just got an influx of people telling me how irrelevant I am. I'm like, well, you were reading my article and now you're thinking about me.
Right.
I was amazed. I went on the Federalist Twitter, response to that thing, and it's all these freaking leftists just like spurging out about how about that article. It's like I thought the Federalist was like a right wing.
It is. It is. Somebody must have grabbed the link who's like a big name or something and stick their fans on it,
Yeah, it had to be. You saw it. It's like 99% just freaking leftist haters.
Like, this is getting out there. We've got to squash this right now. We've got to squash this. Get them.
Let's all talk about it.
Yeah, let's all talk about it more. I love that. That kind of attention just fascinates me. And then I've kind of said I'm just going to kind of block. I'm not block, but I'm just going to mute people. On my timeline. I like them talking about me with no response from me. I like that. That kind of. I think those are good optics. People.
You're like a hot girl. That's what it is. You're like a hot girl.
It's like you're ghosting them.
Yeah. Not famous can't stop talking about me. I think she's crushing on me a little bit.
I think that was Naring that just spoke up, wasn't it?
Where's Naring?
I'm here. He's here. Yay.
All right. Hey, okay. So my buddies Oakley and Nearing are in the chat. These are two guys from Van Skyvertown, my old podcast. So I'm happy to have them here. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing? Hey.
Yeah, that not famous girl. Did you know this, Mike? She was actually never voted for Obama because she worked for the RNC.
I saw that in the chat. Yeah.
She's a Republican. So just FYI, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, let me read some super chats here if you guys don't mind. James Wood says, hey, Mike, got the early bird special on Lone Star. Is there any difference between it and the late bloomer special? And also, EVS, don't go after that Kickstarter. It could get big if you go after it. Okay.
Yeah, the early bird special has the two main covers as little metal prints, cover size metal prints. And then the late bloomer special, those are limited to 100. The late bloomer special has the that Captain America, the 40s print. It's not Captain America, but it's the spoof of the Captain America cover. And then the that other cover image I have on there, it's not really a cover image. It was a promo image, and I'm gonna get it colored up. And those are gonna be the two other metal prints. So they both have different metal prints. If you want all 4 metal prints, you got to get both packages.
Awesome. Mark C, thanks for $5. Ethan, did you get my DM about the Robert B. Warren article? No, I don't think so. I didn't see it yet. Critics $2. That's Tony Isabella. Classic Comics, $5. Hey, John Malin, it was great to meet you at Bell County Comic-Con. Thanks for being so cool, and good luck with Jawbreakers.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Critius, thanks for $2. Poster is biased. It's meant for Orthodox fighters. GRP poll, $2. Don't back it. You'll give them your home address. That is true. Critius, $2. Send me to the front line, Caesar. I love blood. Those are my Centurions right there.
That's it. These are an aggressive lot, and they fight for you, and they're loyal for you, Caesar. This is it.
Yeah, God love you. God love you, Warriors. We will drink together one day, I promise you. Critius, thanks for $2. Alex Jones got banned from the post office. Is that for real? Did Alex Jones get banned from the post office?
What did this guy do? I don't really watch him.
I got to look that up. That is amazing. How do you get banned from the post office? That's the government.
I don't think that one's possible. I know that they did ban him from LinkedIn, which made no sense because it's just your resume, for Christ's sake. Like,
Okay.
Ethan, the president of Diamond Comic Distribution, that's Steve Jeppy, right? Steve Geppy?
Jeppy, yeah.
Yeah, so I just sent a tweet to Diamond Comic Distributions, and it said comic book creators and companies are talking about punching Nazis, but they define apolitical fans, Trump voters, and normal, decent people as Nazis. No one in our industry should be threatening anyone. Use your platform to stand up for consumers. I think if Diamond got involved in this, they could probably bring an extraordinary amount of influence to bear.
Yeah, it's possible, but I have no faith in anything at this point. I've lost my faith in comics to actually stand up and do what's right because comics are dying. You know, the industry's doing so badly right now. They're just doing so badly that it's like, hey, do we have the strength at this point? Do we have the strength to fight, you know, for something that's right when we're just hanging on by our fingernails? I don't know. I don't count on it. I mean, I see what we're doing, Edwin, as like a glorious resurgence of strength and power. While
of empire.
It is empire. While the old guard is dying out, and they are dying out.
Yes.
How much longer do you think comics can sustain itself under these circumstances? How much longer do you think Marvel and DC can keep putting out, you know, this stuff? How much longer?
Well, unless they have corporate subsidy, they're dead. But our portion of it, creators who are willing to engage in a positive manner with fans and make high quality comic books backed by passionate fans, we can go forever. We can go to your fingers fall off drawing.
Yeah. All right. So, by the way, Edwin, don't worry. Alex Jones was not banned from the post office. This is a new meme. So, Alex Jones was banned from Mos Eisley. They don't like droids around here. Banned from Grindr. Yeah. So, okay. Very good. That I as soon as at first I was like banned from the post office. Wait a second, and then I thought, wait, you know, that can't be right. So, good joke. I like that meme. Well hung and dung. Thanks for £2. Mike is taking a. Is that true, Mike? What are you doing over there?
I'm busy. I'm working, guys. I got to get Lone Star to you.
Hard-working man.
He's trying to get that book done. JP got Rockets. Thanks for $5. Jeremy's fight will set a precedent in showing these fools that they can't act like 5-year-olds with their tantrums. No, they can't. They can't. They can't act like 5-year-olds with their tantrums. And you know, by the way, we just can't stop winning. I mean, that's what's so amazing about this. It's like I no longer fear that the country's insane. I just know that SJWs we're winning every election. It's amazing. They poured so much money into Ohio. They poured more money into. They lost more money than Soylo, a soy war story, lost. And for what? For nothing. For nothing.
And the better part is they achieved incredible turnout. They almost doubled the turnout of the GOP.
Yeah,
and lost by
and this
1%.
Is when you said it earlier, Ethan. Nobody's paying attention right now. They turned out everybody when nobody was paying attention and still couldn't do it.
They still couldn't do it. Still couldn't
They
make it
blamed the
happen.
Green Party. That was awesome. You know, if you voted, I saw Rob Sheridan, you know, with Vertigo tweeting that if you voted for the Green Party, that you are a selfish, you're selfish and privileged or something like that. I thought, really, you know,
I just feel like 4chan set up the Green Party guy because he said he was a space alien. What is this?
that
The
was
guy's
awesome.
like he got 1,100 votes, which was pretty much the margin of difference between. Well, it's close to the margin of difference. It would have made a difference, I think.
I've been waiting for the space aliens to take over patiently.
Oh, this guy was a space alien. He said, "I don't know. You know, I think I just want marijuana to be mandatory." Like that was his platform, and it was just like he got 1,100 votes. He had to be 4chan. He had to be. Absolutely hilarious. I love it. People are just like are so upset about it. Life is good. I don't even have to like. I just felt like I didn't even need to pay attention. Really, I just knew it would be delivered into my hands. Like that's what's going on right now. Despite the chaos out there, if you are kind of Comicsgate or if you are kind of on the right, do you not feel that it's being delivered straight into your hands, whether you care or not? I mean, all we really have to do is be ourselves and treat our fans with respect, treat the customers with respect.
And do you know who we owe for this? Do you know who we owe beyond anybody else for this?
Who?
Kanye West, 100%.
Tell me more about that.
Kanye created this momentum. Things were kind of like shifting downwards. The big blue wave stuff was going on. Kanye West started tweeting out about Scott Adams, started tweeting out about how he loves Trump, about, you know, and then Candace Owens, who's a friend of mine, actually started flying and talking to him. And you know, she actually meets with him, you know, a couple times a month now. And he really went out there and he wanted to start a revolution among the Black community and say, we don't have to be in lockstep. We can have diversity of thought. And that blew the doors wide open.
Yeah.
That was awesome when he said, Antoine Dennison, by the way, love you too. That was awesome when Kanye came out like that. And I you know what I did? I went out and I bought like 3 Kanye West albums.
I did too.
His older ones, and I was just like, everyone says he's a genius, and I thought they were just kidding, like, because I've heard Stronger and I went, it's okay, you know, but no, he is actually a legit genius. His albums are really, really good and unique, and they don't sound like anything else. He's definitely on another wavelength.
He's got a song, Scoopity Poop, Poopity Scoop Poop.
Yeah.
Frank FG just goes cringe. Frank, listen, I know I'm an old man, but you know, I still like music. I still like top 40 pop music. Yeah, Hitlebar Fox, thanks for $2. These SJWs are becoming what they hate. And becoming what I hate too. So that's awesome. GRP poll, thanks for $5. Hail Caesar, us centurions worship the Roman god of war Mars. We shall give him trebuchet sacrifices. Oh, just inhale. I just threw my back. Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I love the Centurions, and man, you guys are freaking awesome. B3 Chandler, $1.99. Hey, Uncle E, what about Ohio last night? Yeah, so that is. Let's get back to that again because that was absolutely fabulous. That dude, God, what did he say? He called me a fat ass. He had to deleted his post. Oh, I wish I could find it still. Did I keep it in any way?
Was he so mad? That's the only thing he could come up with.
Well, no, I think that's it. You can call me that without being too mad. That's a normal thing to. Oh, here it is. A guy named Cole at Sith Purge. So he's Star Wars related.
Oh, was that the guy with the little Captain America?
Yeah.
That guy's been riding my butt all day. That guy's
like he's a kid though. Like I can tell he's a kid, but I still want to smack him down. He just said, Ethan Van Sciver, just know this was before. Like this was right when people thought for one brief moment that Democrats had pulled it off in Ohio. And I'm just sitting there drawing, and I get this message popped up. Just know I'm laughing at the fact that you're probably crying like a little bitch over Ohio tonight. And then he says, he spells your like you are. Your alt-right rule is at an end this November, fat ass. Now listen, I don't rule. Do I rule? Is this my... First of all, I'm not alt-right, but even if I was, am I ruling right now? These people are nuts. They're absolutely nuts.
Well, you are ruling. I mean, every day, as you've said, new lands fall through a rule.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not the president of the United States, you know. I'm just ruling his skull, the inside of his skull, and you know, so I just kind of went countdown till you delete this tweet, and he deleted the tweet. He deleted the tweet.
Well, that's how you told him what to do, and he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
I guess
you know how I triggered him today with I did a video on, saying that Donald Trump is Solomon reborn.
Yeah, Solomon in the temple.
Yeah,
with the long hair though. He won't cut his hair, will he? He won't cut his hair.
Beautiful hair.
Samson. That's Samson.
Oh,
no,
Samson.
Solomon was
the wise.
I liked when he pushed down the temple thing because of the hair. That was great.
That was Samson.
So that was Samson. Why are you saying Solomon? Now I disagree with you.
And remember when he went to the chimney?
Let me tell you why it triggered in my mind today. I was listening to the Bible, and there was this part where it says, you know, it says Solomon asks for wisdom from God, right? Like he doesn't ask for money or long life. He asks for wisdom, and God's like, because you asked for wisdom, you know, I'll give you all these other things. And then the first thing that comes to him after his prayer is those two women, and they both had a baby at the same time. One of them rolls over on the baby and it dies, and she replaces the other woman's baby, right? You know this story? And then they come to Solomon and they have this complaint, and Solomon what is his response to this dilemma? Is he says, "Get me a sword and cut that baby in half." And it dawned on me. I'm like, that's a Trump tweet. Right? It's like the most powerful man in the world or in the land says this absolutely insane thing to get to the truth. And I'm like, dude, that's a straight up Trump tweet. And then I kept listening, and it's like, let's see, he built a wall around Jerusalem. He built the temple and covered everything in gold, just like his apartment. And then I had this whole like list of things, and I did a video on it. And that kid, freaking like, he must have been tweeting while he was watching the video, because it's like I had like this litany of tweets after the video was over from him just spurging out about everything I said about it.
I think he did a series of high-pitched squeals while he was watching your video about your. That's what I.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's got a way, man. He's got a way of winning that I kind of admire. It seems effortless. It's like rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
You know, it's just to kind of trick people into knocking themselves out with their arrogance, you know, with their ego. I kind of admire it. I like it. But yeah, so Ohio was a pretty big deal. So Trump has won 8 out of 9 of these special elections. Is that what I understand?
Something like that.
I don't know.
8 out of 9. He's
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
I don't remember when he lost. So.
The point of this is, I mean, the more this happens, honestly, the more he wins these things like so. I mean, it's going to affect us in Comicsgate. You know, it's going to make these people crazier and crazier, and they are going to continue to take it out on you on Twitter. You know, it's like that's kind of what we're in for. But I don't know. I think we're up for it. I think we're up for it.
I just can't imagine being so angry all the time. Like, I mean, you, me, and Naring, we talked about Obama a lot during his reign of infamy, but it was always with humor. Like we were having fun about it. Like it didn't totally obsess us. It didn't ruin our every single day. I mean, these people, Trump literally owns real estate in their head.
I mean, yeah, the difference between the old Facebook days and whatever it was, 2013, 2014, when we just show up, have a laugh, make somebody look stupid, and get out. I mean, these guys live this. This is the air they breathe.
It was important to them. It was important to them to always be in power. It was important to always be in power. And like having lost that and lost it so amazingly, like to the point where, you know, now they've lost the Supreme Court. You know, they've lost everything, and they're not going to, you know, they know they're not going to win in November. I hope they know that they're not going to win in November. I don't want them to be utterly crushed when they find out. Somebody said, how does this work? Okay, we're gonna do something. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody sent me a super chat that was really interesting, and I got to go through this with you. Vincent Garrett says for $10, hey Ethan, it looks like B. Allen Orange left you a secret message on the MovieWeb article you read earlier today. Read the first word of every paragraph in that article, and you'll see it. All right, now MovieWeb.com is a Star Wars based website that basically exists solely to troll me and this audience. I don't know why they do it. I really don't understand why. Today, you know, every time they put up an article, it has me in it, and I'm just trying to read Star Wars news. And this
CDS. This is CDS, Caesar derangement.
I'm going to be honest. I own MovieWeb. I thought
is that you doing this?
It's me, bro. Ned Budweiser, looking up the court filings.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. All right, let's go see the article. Let me see what they're talking about here. Where is it? Over here? Okay, so this is the MovieWeb article. All right, so I'm supposed to read the first word of every paragraph. Episode. Okay, so this is the first word. Episode I don't understand. Like, how you guys have to help me. This is completely autistic. This is really stupid.
Episode watch.
Episode watch. Next paragraph. Comic artist pro secrets. We write Star Wars star. Oh no, that's just it. It's like be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Look what he did. He just said watch comic artist pro secrets. That's it. Wow.
You're welcome, Ethan. You're welcome.
You got to be kidding me.
Nice.
You, bro.
Is that it? We write Star Wars 9, perhaps. That might be it. That might.
This
be
is
it.
how Turing broke the Enigma code.
What the hell is wrong with these people? B. Alan Orange. His name is B. Orange. And by the way, look at Luke Skywalker. Look at his face here. It looks like he had a stroke. What happened? Good Lord. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for whoever alerted me to that. I don't think about B. Alan Orange as much as I probably should. So I never would have picked that up. I appreciate your letting me know. That is amazing. How did you notice that? Or are you B. Alan Orange?
Ooh.
Who was that? Who was it that said that? Vince Garrett? Are you B. Alan Orange? Interesting. Okay. Captain Blood of Kirby, thanks for $5. Brian Polito just started a new Lady Death Kickstarter and is already at 88K in 45 minutes. Probably. Are you serious? Wow, what's it at now? Is it
I'm gonna bow out for a bit, Ethan. I'll be back later.
Okay. All right.
Mike.
See you later.
Yeah, Brian's really got his system worked out well.
Wow, it's at 100K now, guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm backing it.
That is smoking. Is he going to beat Cyberfrog?
No.
At 100K. No, I think he might because
it's close.
Yeah, my first day was 94,000. And he's what? Is he an hour in?
Yeah, but you've got that staying power, that Caesar staying power, right? That stamina, that endurance.
He's got pretty close to pouring here. This is
50, 300.
This is pretty hot, guys.
I got to see this.
This is very close to porn.
It's close to what?
Porn.
Oh, porn? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, Lady Death is a brand. People know Lady Death, and Brian Polito. People don't talk about it very much, but he's had like $250,000 Kickstarters.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He's the one who initially, when I was talking about doing this, like when I was just flirting with this idea, way back in like November, Billy Tucci was just like, dude, he's like, I talked to Brian Polito, and it's just like, he's like, I'm never going back to mainstream comics. I'm just crowdfunding for the rest of my career. And he's like, that's all I'm doing, and I'm doing great. And then somebody else told me about like Lady Mechanica or something like that. It was also just an incredible success. Oh, it was the Jeppies over at Diamond. Told me that these guys are just crowdfunding their books and doing really, really well, and I just couldn't believe it. But
the chat saying Caesar has the endurance of 4 horses.
Thank you. That is how people talk to Caesar in the Roman Empire. They kind of Caesar was a fat ass, and everyone flattered him and made him feel like he was very virile. So now I understand that. I think that works pretty well. Yeah, 4 horses. Golden Dragon 222, thanks for $5. EVS, they canceled Captain Marvel. That was supposed to come out in November, and now it's canceled. What do you mean Captain Marvel, the movie?
No, it has to be the comic, because I think they've already filmed the movie. They wouldn't film. I know that they finished initial filming at least. They wouldn't just let's just close shop.
They have kind of money.
So the comic book Captain Marvel, that would have been.
No. You know what they did? They canceled. The Monster Society of Evil storyline from way back when, the classic one.
Yeah.
They were going to reprint it, but for the second time, DC canceled it because of the kind of off-color, not PC content in the book.
Are we talking about Billy Batson or Carol Danvers?
Billy
Billy Batson. It took me a second to click in. No, yeah, the Captain Marvel and the Monsters. Is it Monster Society of Evil?
Yeah, the Monster Society of Evil, which is a pretty cool name. They canceled it.
They canceled the reprint for the second time.
And that's what he's talking about. And there's nothing else.
So. Yeah, I think that's it. I know that they did cancel it because I read that last week.
Yeah, I read that too.
And some people were a little. I mean, it's still out there, but I know there are some maybe some racially insensitive things in the book, but I'm I don't like that, but it was also that era, right? Like we still read Batman and Superman books from back then that every now and then there's a little thing in there you're like, that wouldn't fly today. But
yeah, well, I will say this right now. Again, I'm going to share my screen if you guys don't mind. I'm looking. Let me see. Where did I put it? Over here. Okay. There's Brian Pulido's Lady Death Nightmare Symphony #1. This is smoking. By the way, it's already smoked Cyberfrog in its first day. I assume it's 30 days. This has only been up for 1 day. It's only been up for a little while. Look at this. Cyberfrog was $94,000 after day one.
And he always has the best videos and the really planned out tiers. I get them every time it comes up.
Yeah, like you look at this and you just go, okay, what's his lowest tier is $5 for the digital. So you get a digital, but he goes on and on. I mean, this is crazy. The problem is, look at the people he has to pay. I mean, it's like that's the bad part. That money gets split up quite a bit.
I have gotten every single one, and I've gotten them signed, and he signs them all himself, and I've gotten them all on time every time.
Wow.
And he's, he is quite diligent. He usually makes around between 1 and 200,000 for his Kickstarters, and he's got a very loyal fan base that they will sign up right away.
That's correct.
He knows the system. Like I have a friend that created a collectible card game company or tabletop gaming they call it, and he started out small, but now his Kickstarters are easily over 200K each time, and it's a little card game like Drinking Quest and things like that. And as long as you put together a decent product, are honest and fair with the fans and accessible, you can succeed. That's what a lot of these SJWs don't understand.
There's that, and when you have a property like this where you've got, I mean, I'm looking on here, you've got the Lady Death, catch-up pack, and it's digital, and you get like 400 pages of book for like $30 or $35. When you go and kind of put your back catalog on there in addition to it, like, and add all that on there also over time, I think Ethan, when you get Cyberfrog #5 going out, you can then put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as a collector pack on there and kill it even more, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Look at this. He's got hoodies.
Yep.
What else does he have that he can?
He has pins, stickers.
We need hoodies.
Yeah, we do need hoodies. This is
he's got
a lot of stuff.
He knows he is a great marketer. He has got the merch down. I sat with him and Billy at Motor City Con a couple of years ago for 2 straight days, and Billy Tucci. And I don't think he's all the way to our side. I think he's kind of middle of the road guy, but he won't humor, the political bullshit that's out there right now. He's like live and let live, and but he is a brilliant marketer. He's got his system down.
I can't imagine having to fill all of these orders with this much variety. As I look at this, I can't.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. A lot of work.
How does he get away with the breasts?
He owns a company.
Right, but I mean in terms of the culture war.
Oh.
His fan base is kind of like the fuck you all fan base, though.
Nope.
Like they are not going to care about SJWs going, oh, this is overly sexualized, and they'll just say, yeah, well, here's the middle finger.
Gosh, I kind of want to back this.
This is like the metalheads, basically.
Yeah, in a lot of respects. But yeah,
Hey,
it is,
Right.
Ethan,
It is
I need to
interesting.
step out for a little bit, brother.
Later, Edwin.
Take it easy.
See you later.
it is interesting that he can still keep pulling it off, even though the Me Too era is here, right?
Hey, he gave me hope for Ravage Kill All Men. I looked at it and I said, you know what? I'm going to do what I want. And here we are.
I'll be interested to see where it tops out at, because he's done so many of these that I'm sure he has, you know, an email list going out, which probably will give him a real good push in the beginning. So yeah, I'll be paying attention to this campaign and see what it does over the long haul.
Did EVS just drop out?
Oh yeah, it looks like he did.
I think he may have. Let me see. I'm sure. I'll be
Hail
back.
Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Maybe just an internet outage.
Possibly. This can become the Cautionary Comics Ravage Kill All Men show.
Yeah, you've got the breasts as well, right? On your in the Ravage.
Say it again, bud.
I said you got also the beautiful ladies with the large chest,
That's right.
right?
Like normal anatomy of a female. Absolutely. So we're ready. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, that looked amazing. When I saw those beautiful breasts, I was thinking in my mind, ooh, you know what? This is the spoils of war.
That's true. But let me ask you, Poet Warrior, did you notice all the weapons and axes and spears that there was in the shadows behind them?
Oh no, I didn't. Are these their weaponry?
Look at the cover again. It's like a smile on a dog. Some men look at the doobies, look at the weapons.
I didn't know like these calls could continue if the host dropped out. I mean, we could hijack this channel forever.
It has a certain time, I believe.
I got all his rights to his channel.
Let me try. I'm going to try and send him a link just in case he doesn't have the link anymore. Go ahead, guys. While I do it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick. I'll make my announcement that in 2 to 3 weeks after I finish my commission list for my patrons, I will be launching an Indiegogo with my co-creator Mark Polton for Graveyard Shift, and this is a book that I've been holding on to for about 4 years. I got 2 issues fully drawn and colored, and this is the work that got me hired at Marvel. So,
congrats, my man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I believe we're looking at 46 pages for it, and the campaign will probably follow a lot of the tier structure that Ethan did with Cyberfrog.
Why don't you give us a little bit of some kind of story about it?
Yeah, well, the high concept of it is essentially the Universal monsters meet the X-Men. So the entire series is it's an homage to pretty much everything that I and the co-creator were into in the 90s. So monsters and sci-fi. So basically the gist of the story, without giving too much away, is that it's military scientists that are put into their own experiments, which turn them into stand-ins for Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein.
Can you repeat the title, please?
It's called Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard Shift.
Yeah. So, and we actually came up with this like probably about six years ago now. We went to a Philly convention with a preview book of it, but the entire thing was redrawn and colored. So in about 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be launching it. No, there's nothing for it. This is the first thing. You can maybe, if anyone's on my Patreon, they can probably see some of the early work. I did put some of it up there.
All right, and how will they get to your Patreon?
It's Mortal Enemy on Patreon. And if you go to my Twitter, which is @JohnMalin, then the links are in my my bio.
Sweet.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing you talk about that since you kind of, came out and got on my radar. So I thought that was going to be your first project until Jawbreakers hit. But
Yeah, actually, I was working on it, and then Richard approached me for Jawbreakers, so it had to take a back seat because that's my own personal project.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about Richard? I mean, we've been all watching our boy Zach for so many months now, and can you tell us a little some tidbits maybe?
I don't really have much inside information.
What does he smell like?
An old guy. So, no, I don't know. A normal person. I just met him at Texas here this last weekend for the Bell County Comic Con, and yeah, he seems like an all right dude. So
I saw him the other day wearing some sweatpants. Is that his normal attire?
yeah, that's what he was wearing, like some Adidas looking sweatpants and some. Yeah, he dresses like an oddball.